up.
Yep.
All right. What's up, Vic?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh, another day, another show, I guess.
Another weird week of football.
Yeah. All the bad NFL
Weird week of
games.
NFL. Weird week at NFL. Kind of obvious week of college football type thing.
Yeah, for the most part. Oh, there we go. It's working now. All right. We're live on Twitch and YouTube now. Because I found out that you can go live from a desktop on YouTube. So
Win.
yeah, so we're going to see how that goes. Not that I think it's going to do any different, but win's a win, I guess. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know.
What was your most surprising moment of football this last weekend?
I would say my most surprising was probably the Bengals getting blown out, to be honest.
Yeah. I think mine is the amount of blocked field goals.
Shutting out the Falcons.
Well, that was a surprise to you. That wasn't a surprise to me.
I didn't think they'd shut him out.
I didn't think they'd shut him out either, but that went about how I thought it was going to go. I watched the game, and you could just tell the Falcons were not. Michael Penix was not dialed in. So, I think mine's the amount of blocked field goals in the NFL to decide games this week. You had the blocked field goal for the Eagles game, which was absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. Was all the blocked field goals.
Yeah. What's his name?
Insane.
What's his name? The guy for, speaking of your Bengals game, what is his name? Rodgers? Is that the name of the guy that had the 2 touchdowns on defense?
Isaiah Rodgers for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers, I believe.
Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers. That's crazy. I didn't think you guys. I thought backup versus backup would make it a more interesting game, but the Vikings defense came out and said, "Don't worry, Carson Wentz, we got you." And actually showed up one week this year.
I'll be honest. I'm not putting that game on Jake Browning. He threw 1 pick six, but then everything else was literally just everybody he got the ball to just decided they wanted to fumble it away. Noah Fant caught the ball and then fumbled it away due to getting it punched out by Isaiah Rodgers, and then he scooped and scored it. Who else was there? Jamar Chase fumbled. Browning threw a pick six. We couldn't stop the run. I mean, Carson Wentz didn't really beat us. Isaiah Rodgers did. That was brutal. I stopped watching
not to get into too much of the football recap before we get there for the NFL, but are we gonna say that Derrick Henry might be getting to where he only has a few years left? Yeah, getting washed. Getting the ball punched out in clutch times in 2 of the 3 games they played. It seemed like the Ravens did better last week when Derrick Henry barely had any carries and everything versus Cleveland than they did this week in the first week when Derrick Henry fumbles the ball in clutch situations. So,
What about Barkley getting shut down?
I mean, Barkley's been mad quiet all year. What? I mean, he's sitting here and give me a second. I'll pull it up because I'll say this right now. He's definitely not the same Barkley. 3 games, 194 yards. I mean, he's
Yeah, and the first 2 games they played Dallas, and then the second game they played. Shit, who did they play? The Chiefs.
first week versus Dallas, he had 18 carries for 60 yards. Second week, he played Kansas City, 22 rushes for 88 yards. He scored a touchdown both of those weeks. And then, as our buddy Cruz says, he goes against the Rams, who he apparently owns, and gets 18 carries for 46 yards and no touchdown. So I think I'm going to throw it out there
And
that
the
the
Rams.
Eagles are looking real Kansas City like from last year.
That's what I was going to say. They are winning, but it's not anything impressive.
No, they had what 34 yards of total yards of offense in the first half versus the Rams.
The Rams sold that game away because in the second half they started playing not to lose.
I was talking about the college side.
Shit the bed last week.
Yeah.
Bills,
First game,
Bills,
the Bills sold us versus the Dolphins.
The Bills fucked us on that one. The Colts won. The Bills sold us. The Bucks won, and Nebraska lost.
Man, that was a hell of a loss, though. I mean, that was a close
That was a good game to watch, to be honest.
I mean, you go and look at Raiola's stats from the game, and I mean, you look at Raiola's stats compared to Underwood's stats. I mean, the game looked like, if you just looked at the stats and not the score, it looks like Nebraska beat the shit out of them. But then you got Underwood was 12 of 22 for 105 yards, no passing TDs. And then Raiola was 30 of 41 with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception and threw 308 yards. It's that Michigan run game, winning games for them again this year. The Michigan run game.
And defense.
Underwood broke a touchdown. Justice Haynes is about solid if you gamble to bet on him scoring a touchdown every week because he's going to score one.
Underwood move.
Underwood can move. I want to see a little bit more in the air from him. I want to see
them open the offense up a little more and let them.
Yeah. I don't want to see Michigan do with Underwood what they did with J.J. McCarthy and make them a running, like it just a sole running team. I want to see if Michigan can actually air it out a little bit one week. And I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but hey, if the run game's working, you don't have to go away from it, right? So, I mean, because you look at their rushing stats, and I mean, they tore it up on the ground against Nebraska. You had Justice Haynes, 149 yards, Jordan Marshall, 80 yards, Bryce Underwood, 61 yards, 3 total touchdowns on the ground. I mean, their offense was purely on the ground. I mean, there was no other offense from them.
Couple games last week. Memphis beat Arkansas. Arkansas went down a game-winning drive and fumbled again. Oklahoma beat Auburn. Duke blew out NC State.
That's surprising to me. That one I kind of made me a little upset. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had high hope in that NC State, and they're going against Duke, who hasn't been really impressive this year, and they lose like that is crazy.
Syracuse beat Clemson. Syracuse starting quarterback tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Kansas blew out West Virginia. Indiana blew out number 9 Illinois.
Yeah. Notre Dame, they won by 26, but they let fucking Purdue dropped 30 on them.
There
which
was
is
a
just
play. I don't know if you saw the clip of the play that Notre Dame or that Purdue ran on Notre Dame. They ran like a fullback dive or whatever.
Yeah.
Or an inside zone, and as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, the quarterback was rolling out to the left to run out his fake, and as soon as the running back got to the line of scrimmage, he turned and threw the swing route to the quarterback, and he ran it into the end zone for a touchdown.
I did
Never
not
seen
see that play
in my life. Yeah, they ran an inside zone, and the quarterback ran out to the sideline like he was running a bootleg, and then the running back just flips his hips and throws it out to him on the sideline. He runs it in for like a 25-yard touchdown.
What about talking about trick plays? Sidetrack us for a second. Ben Johnson opening up that playbook for Chicago and busting out that flea flicker for a touchdown against the Cowboys this week. It's like the longest completion so far this year for the NFL.
Or the handoff to Amon-Ra St. Brown and then the option play to Jahmyr Gibbs off of it.
Yeah, that was a really good one too.
Another game that shocked me, California lost to San Diego State like 35-0.
34-0. That was
California
one of those
was
ones.
12.5-point favorites.
Yeah, and their quarterbacks was a Heisman favorite. And yeah, he couldn't do anything against them. Nothing at all.
Heisman favorites, John Mateer is out for a month. He had to have surgery on his wrist. He broke a bone in his wrist. So he is out for at least a month for Oklahoma. So that's not looking good for them now.
No, because in that month, I mean, they got Kent State this week, which, I mean, should be a win. But you're talking about their next 3-4 games after that. You got Texas, at South Carolina, Ole Miss, at Tennessee, at Alabama. I mean, that's their next
they have a bye week coming up at some point. They have a bye week this week.
Hold on.
And then October 4th, they play Kent State, and October 11th, they play Texas. So he might be back for October. He might be back
for Ole Miss.
South Carolina or Ole Miss. He might be back in that range. But
which, honestly, if South Carolina continues to do what they're doing and the backup at Oklahoma can handle business, might not rush him back versus South Carolina. Might let him keep another week because then you're going into Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama, Mizzou.
Or just be like the emergency guy if shit's hitting the fan during South Carolina, put him back in there.
Yeah, I mean, it might have to be something like that. I don't know if you rush him back for South Carolina unless they lose to Kent State and Texas, then yeah, rush him back. But
and then off of our picks last week, I went 7-9 in the NFL and 5-8 in college football, and you went 8-8 in the NFL and 6-7 in college. So you beat me this week.
Ugh. I mean, it was a rough week. It was a rough NFL week.
We're kind of ugly. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, our picks weren't very great this last week. I mean, but the NFL was.
Texans look terrible.
Yeah, God, don't even get me started on the Texans.
Anybody
got to let C.J. Stroud know his sophomore year's over? He can start playing like C.J. Stroud again.
I took a screenshot of something I seen on the Pat McAfee show today. It was Anthony Richardson in 15 career starts, 8-7 record, 21 total TDs, and 13 interceptions. C.J. Stroud in his last 15 starts, 6-9 record, 15 total touchdowns, and 12 interceptions.
That's crazy.
People are saying that C.J. Stroud's starting to look like Anthony Richardson.
I think C.J. Stroud's looking really bad this year. He wasn't great last year, and then he was phenomenal his rookie year. Looked like he was meant to be a pro, and now he's starting to look like the NFL might be a little too much for him.
I mean, granted, his wide receivers are hurt. I mean, we got Nico, and nobody else can seem to have been
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, but Nick Chubb's not the old Nick Chubb.
He looked like it last week, and then he comes into this week's game and just right back to being nothing again.
I mean, they play the Titans
Good.
this week. If I didn't have to pick that game, I wouldn't pick it, but we are.
I mean, I guess that's going to be a hard one because is Cam Ward going to play?
Yeah, Cam Ward is questionable. The Titans' defense is pretty solid. This would be the first game that Brian Callahan, he just gave up play calling to not even the offensive coordinator, but somebody else on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I wonder. I don't know. That game's going to be rough. I don't know if I've decided who wins that game or not.
And I know you're an Oregon fan and all, but how is Miami ranked below them?
Because Notre Dame is ass and Florida is ass. So
I mean, I get that.
they
but
they barely beat a 1-2 Florida team, and they barely beat a 1-2 Notre Dame team.
Florida's got a good defense, though. They got a really good defense.
Whereas you look at Oregon, and Oregon is just dog walking everybody. So we'll see this week. I mean, right here,
this is a tough game for me to pick. Honestly, I still haven't decided who I'm picking for sure yet.
You know who I'm going, so it's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Texas Tech. We're gonna talk about how maybe. Hurt. Yeah, got knocked out. But man, that
came in and looked really good.
I was about to say, I mean, that freshman came in, they didn't miss a beat. They started putting up points when that freshman came in.
No, they did not.
I mean, you look at it, the starter only dropped 10 points maybe? They only scored 10 points with the starter, and then that backup comes in, and then a fourth quarter drops 24 points on Utah. So
while we're on the topic of college football real quick, in my notes I got here, I had Oklahoma is good until the Mateer news hit.
After they sacked Arnold 10 times, I still think Oklahoma's good just because that defense is insane.
Me personally, I think Indy's legit this year. I think they'll be in the playoffs.
Find out.
I think they got a chance. They got a chance to be in the playoffs. They do have to face Oregon and Penn State, so we'll see about that.
Well, they got a tough game in Iowa, but like I told you before, Iowa plays tough, but they don't get out the wins versus big teams. They got Oregon the next week, and then they got Penn State in a few weeks, and they're at Oregon and at Penn State. So they're not going to have that home field advantage like they had against Illinois. And we'll see what they're made of. I mean, it's going to be a rough time for them at both of those games. So if they can play like they played versus Illinois against both of them and they beat them, I mean, Indiana might be a favorite to possibly go to the Natty.
Or Big Ten championship. By the way, Illinois plays USC this week.
So Illinois is going to be 3-2 after this week.
And they lost 6 DBs, I heard. I guess they have 6 DBs injured right now. And they're playing at Illinois, so that kind of helps a little bit. But USC is just going to swing that motherfucker.
Are we willing to say that maybe Florida State is legit this year?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, that quarterback must have been a fit for him because they're 3-0 and they've already won more games than they did last year. So,
Texas and Clemson suck. Texas is terrible.
Yeah, that offense.
Over Sam Houston.
Well, so apparently, if you go back and watch the game, the guy he flexed over
was talking shit.
Was talking shit and then laid him out on a play earlier in the game and did the same shit over him. So Arch was just getting to get back. But it's still Sam Houston.
Right.
I
Um,
mean, they played one team this year, and that was Ohio State, and he couldn't move the ball. Week 2, he struggled for like the first 2 or 3 drives before he started getting into it. Then what was it? UTSA. He could barely move the ball on offense, and then this week he goes and plays Sam Houston, and just dog walks Sam Houston. But it's Sam Houston. UTSA isn't a bad squad, so I mean, what's going to happen when they go? The real question is what's going to happen when they play Florida? Because I think their first,
oh yeah, they play
their
Florida at
first
Florida.
SEC game next
Not this week,
weekend,
but next weekend.
yeah, is Florida, and then they got Oklahoma. So we're gonna see. We'll see what Arch Manning does against Florida, but
Whatever
uh,
whatever the over under is of that Texas and Florida game, I'm probably taking the under.
take the under. God, take the under.
Um, Oregon and Penn State might be a banger game, but we don't really know what each team is because they haven't really played anybody. But we'll find out on Saturday. Um, Oklahoma State fired Mike Gundy.
About time.
Where that was happened, there was Oklahoma State and Clemson are cooked the head coach.
Yeah,
Then
it's only
Oklahoma
a matter
State
of
fired
time.
Mike,
But
and I wouldn't
it's
be
only.
surprised if in the next week or two, Bubba's gone.
Yeah, I think in the next couple of weeks, especially if Clemson loses this week, because Clemson has who coming up?
Yeah, I don't know who they played this week. They played somebody.
I'll
They
bring it
played
up.
somebody that's.
Clemson has North Carolina. They're on a bye this week, and then they play Bill Belichick in
Yeah,
North Carolina.
yeah, I
And
don't know how that.
honestly, with how horrible the Tar Heels look, if the Clemson loses to the Tar Heels, they should fire Dabo. I don't care how much he's won for them. I get it's a bad year, but let's be real. Clemson hasn't been good since Trevor Lawrence, since they had a generational talent at quarterback in Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. So, I mean, if you just look at it in that sense, if he can't win without a star quarterback, or I mean, because Cade Klubnik isn't bad. He's not great. He's not a Trevor Lawrence in college. He's not a Deshaun Watson. But he can't even beat teams like Syracuse, and like he struggled against Troy. And I mean, we know Georgia Tech came out and beat him in a close game, and LSU beat him in what looks like a close game on the scoreboard, but then you go and look at the game, and Clemson couldn't do anything offensively in the second half. So
Yeah, and
it's
they
either
couldn't even
Dabo
beat.
fires his whole coaching staff, or he gets fired. One of the two.
Yeah, they didn't. They couldn't even beat the second string quarterback for Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean they struggled bad against Syracuse. That was a rough game to watch. I mean, that was bad. And they still got SMU, they still got Florida State, they still got Duke, they still have Louisville, and they have South Carolina at the end of the year. And those are all like the big ones. They got Boston College and North Carolina in the next couple of games. So maybe they can win those 2 games and they'll be bounce back games, but they're on the road. And at this point, I mean, they're about as horrible on the road as they are at home. So,
Yeah, I think in one road game they lost to Georgia Tech.
yeah, their one road game, they lost to Georgia Tech by a field goal. So we'll see if they can do anything against North Carolina and Boston College.
Ole Miss has to travel to LSU. I think that's an upset watch right there.
That depends. What time is
I
that
don't
game?
know which quarterback the Ole Miss is starting.
Ole Miss, LSU.
Lane Kiffin hasn't made a decision on which quarterback they're starting. Hopefully, they start the one that's been playing here as of recently. If they do, I think they got a legit shot to upset LSU. They play at LSU at 3:30.
I don't know if they do have an upset. I think LSU beat them. 2:30 game in Death Valley, though. That's the problem, because it's in Death Valley, and that's always a hard place to go play. We got Alabama, Georgia this week. I think that's going to be a banger.
Ohio State,
especially because
all the way out to Washington.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see. Ohio State should go into that and win that by at least 2 scores. But you looked at Washington.
Washington's won 22 straight home games.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy place to go play at, but
loudest college
if you look at,
I think,
if you look at Ohio State and Washington on paper, Ohio State should come in and win by 2 scores.
Right.
But you watch Washington State last week, and it was like there wasn't even a defense on the field. I mean, it was just score after score after score for both teams. So if Washington can't figure it out defensively, they ain't going to be able to let Ohio State score like that, because I don't think that they can win in a shootout against Ohio State.
I'm not sold on Ohio State because they haven't.
I'm not either, but I don't think
we see who Texas is.
I don't think that Washington's going to be the team that knocks them off.
I don't think so either.
Because you look at Washington State was 59-24. I mean, it was touchdown after touchdown. I watched some of it. It was a lot of scoring. So I'm not quite sold that Washington, even at home versus Ohio State, is going to be able to be that team that beats Ohio State. But I've seen crazier things happen, especially this year already. So as much as I don't think it's going to happen, I don't know if it would surprise me if Washington was the team that did.
Another upset game potentially. Mississippi State versus Tennessee. Tennessee's got to go to Mississippi State. You there? No, Bick, be quiet. I can't hear you, Bick. No, Bick. Well, while we wait for Bick to get back, I don't know what to talk about, honestly. Illinois looked like shit. Indiana looked amazing. A&M has to go to Auburn. I don't know how that game will look. Try and get Vic back in here real quick. Give me 1 second. Browns upset the Packers. There he is. Vic.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. He's alive.
My phone overheated. My bad.
I was trying to stall, but I didn't know what to talk about.
My phone overheated. So.
Oh, you're good. All right, we'll move away from the college talk, and we'll go into some NFL recap here. I was just telling them I was shocked that the Browns upset the Packers. I think we all were.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
it wasn't a great week at all for the Packers, but is it one of those games where we think it's a fluke, or was it just who had the ball last and a tough defense?
I think the Browns defense is just legit this year, and they're going to keep them in some ball games as long as the offense can do something.
Yeah, put points on the board, whether it's
especially at
just field goal.
There's a bunch of blocked field goals. The Chiefs and
2
the Giants.
in the Philly game.
Yeah, 2 in the Philly game. I watched the Chiefs and Giants game and wish I never did.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very, one touchdown, maybe 2 in that game?
I think they had 1 touchdown, and I think it was the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, Cam Scatterbo had a touchdown.
Yeah, Cam Scatterbo, yeah.
So
also,
two
Tracy's
touchdowns.
Out, he dislocated his shoulder. Tyron Tracy Jr., running back for the Giants, dislocated his shoulder. He's out for a decent bit. So Scatterbo's going to get the workload there, and he's awesome.
What are the Bucs going to be now that they're down 2 of their 3 wide receivers?
Mike Evans is out with a hamstring. He's out 2 to 3 weeks. It was either hamstring or quad. If Chris Godwin doesn't go this week, I don't really see them beating the Eagles, just because I don't think Ibuka can take that whole workload and be the guy to carry them to the win with Baker and Irving and Otten. I just don't think they'll have enough.
Seemed like it was a bad weekend to be a wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, they just re-signed. And Jackson Dart is getting a start this week.
There you go. You've been waiting for it.
Benched Russell Wilson, so now we'll get to see if the Giants can do anything. Although this week I don't think so, because it's a bad time to start a rookie. They got to play the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, you look at the Giants, you got a sophomore wide receiver as your best offensive weapon, and you got a rookie running back and a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, so you got a good defense, so hopefully they can keep you in it a little bit, but Dart's just got to do enough to not turn the ball over and put up some points. The Giants also just signed Younghoe Koo.
Yeah, I bet the Falcons wish they wouldn't have got rid of that guy.
I bet the Giants are glad that they finally got a kicker other than Gano, because that kicker that they put in at the start of the game was terrible.
Yeah,
First goal goes off his fucking lines back.
Yeah, that's not.
I never laughed so hard in my life.
Baker Mayfield coming out and telling Mbuka to stop one-hand catching his passes, making him look bad. Yeah, that's funny.
Yep. Also, Baker's that guy.
Yeah, but
if you give Baker the ball with 2 minutes or less left, you're not winning that game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Baker does now that Mike Evans is out and Chris Godwin's probably still going to be out. So we'll see what he does.
I think he might be good to go this week, though. And if he does, he'll be the number 2 guy, obviously.
Yeah, and Mbuka's going to be number 1. CD Lamb getting rolled up on. Luckily, it was just a high ankle sprain, so Dallas won't have him out for very long.
Chris Godwin and Tristan Wirth nearing return for the Bucs. So I think they're going to be playing. They're more than likely might be playing this week.
They're going to need them both.
They'll be effective, but I don't know. The Chargers are legit. Offensively and defensively, they're playing very good football right now. I think they're legit.
I'm going to go out and say it and think the Rams or the Saints go 0-17 this year.
Do what? Oh, the Saints?
The Saints 0-17 this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised after this week if they get rid of Rattler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't yet. I mean, they got blown out by Seattle.
He's been playing brutal ball, but somewhat keeping them close in the first two games and then the Seahawks. Are the Seahawks for real? I don't think we really think that question, to be honest.
After watching the Rams blow that game versus the Eagles, Seahawks might stand a chance to legit win their division.
I called this at the beginning of the year. The Colts are for real. The Colts are legit, in my opinion. Daniel Jones.
That they are, but I think the best team in the NFL right now is the Buffalo Bills, and it's not even close.
I gotta agree, and Daniel Jones is putting up MVP numbers right now. He's only got a couple stats that are just barely below Josh Allen's right now.
Yeah.
And I actually had a argument to do today, but I didn't get time to get all my stuff lined up for that. So that's either going to be next week or the week after. So
I think this week is going to be a test. I think this week is the first test for Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts when they have to travel all the way to LA.
They pulled that Broncos defense.
Yeah, and they pulled it out just because the Broncos kickers suck.
They blitzed Daniel Jones 75% of the snaps, and he handled it pretty well. So, I mean, we'll see against the Rams.
We're going to see what that defense is made of, too.
I mean, I tried to say last year Lou Anarumo wasn't the problem in Cincinnati. It was our fucking players. But what do I know? Cam Bynum.
Yeah. Shocking Bears beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, they gave old Eberflus belt the ass.
So are we gonna say that the Lions are good and that the Packers are just better than them, or are we gonna say that they just had two good games? Because I mean, they just beat the shit out of Chicago and then came out and beat the Ravens in Baltimore in prime time.
I'm gonna say the Lions are
watching
good.
that game.
I'm going to say the Lions are good, but that game against the Packers was just kind of a let's see what we're about right now. Figure some things out with having new defense and offensive coordinators.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the winning recipe is you don't really know with the Lions because, I mean, versus the Bears, Jared Goff threw all over them. And then versus the Ravens, who I thought was going to be one of the better defenses in the league this year. I mean, they ran all over the Ravens. Ran all over them. Just Sonic and Knuckles went crazy in the game.
I saw a thing today. It was the Ravens are built to beat the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills. They're not built to beat the ground and pound teams that want to smack you in the mouth like the Ravens, like the Lions and teams like that.
Are we saying that this might be Buffalo's year to go to the Super Bowl with the Ravens and the Chiefs both being 1-2 right now?
I would say so. Whoever loses this Chiefs and Ravens game, I think, doesn't make the playoffs.
I mean, one of those teams is going to start 1-3. There's a chance for a tie. Yes,
I've got a feeling it might be the Chiefs winning this.
I think the Chiefs start 1-3. If Xavier Worthy can come back and actually be a factor, then maybe they can beat the Ravens. But I watched Lamar in that game, especially the second half versus the Lions. And the Lions were just covering the field, and they were just getting so much pressure on Lamar. It was like Lamar was gun shy to throw the ball. He just wanted to take off. He wouldn't make a decision and get rid of the ball, which I've never seen Lamar do.
I think they have 5 sacks on him.
Huh?
I think they have 5 sacks on Lamar last game.
Oh, yeah. That offensive line in Baltimore is a liability right now. And Lamar is feeling the pressure because, like I said, in that second half, you watching him on these clutch drives where he needs to be getting first downs, and it's 2nd and long, 3rd and long. And instead of throwing the ball, he's still hesitant to throw the ball. And it's like that whistle's just going off in his head, and he's instantly looking for a route to run. And as soon as he would hit that line of scrimmage, he was getting taken down every time. It wasn't good play by Lamar. Lamar looked like he shouldn't be a starter in the NFL. He looked bad in the second half. But they only lost 38-30. They kept it close, coming off of an ass whooping late on the Browns, who beat the Packers this week. So maybe it's just one of their losses. They played the Bills, who was the best team. They played the Lions, which we know the Lions are still the Lions. And I think they're figuring out coordinator-wise. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Chiefs, but I think the Ravens are going to take it versus the Chiefs. As long as Derek can hold on to the ball in clutch situation.
I'm sitting here looking at DraftKings because I'm looking at potential bets for the parlay or whatever. Ole Miss is favored against LSU.
That's insane.
By 1.5.
In LSU? That's crazy.
Oh, no, I lied. They got to go to Ole Miss.
Do they?
I think so.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, they got to go to Ole Miss at 3:30.
Even then, they're only favored because they're home.
I thought they played in LSU.
I thought, I don't know why I looked at that and didn't see that they were playing. No, definitely. Yeah, they're definitely in Oxford, Mississippi.
What was I going to say? Oh, Jaden Daniels is still questionable for this week. He said that he felt really good, but they were still having doubts on whether or not they were going to play him this week against the Falcons.
After seeing the Falcons last week against the Panthers, I think they might be fine playing Mariota.
The Lions got
they beat who? They beat who this last week? Yeah, the Raiders, and they beat Mariota and then beat the shit out of the Raiders. So.
Oh yeah, speaking of the fucking Raiders. So I'm looking on my fantasy, right? Looking at potential players to pick up.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Where the fuck is his name?
If you're about to say Ashton Genty is
Nope. Give me
Bowers?
a second here. Nope. Somebody you'd never fucking expect. There he is. Trey Tucker. Wide receiver for the Raiders. This man had 45 fantasy points last week.
Yeah, and a blowout loss. That's crazy.
On 8 receptions with 145 yards. Yeah, 8 receptions, 145 yards. How many TDs did he have? Where's that?
Oh, this is going to be a rough week if you're an Aints fan. If you're an Aints fan, just don't even watch football on Sunday. It's not going to be a fun time. You're not going to enjoy it. Just don't watch it, and you'll have a better
Bills,
weekend.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't cover again. I'm not picking them to ever cover again.
They're going to cover against the The Saints haven't played good on either side of the ball this year.
Bengals got the Broncos in Denver. Hopefully Jake Browning can – not even Jake Browning. Hopefully our offense can just figure it the hell out. I'm not worried about the Broncos offense, to be honest, because Bo Nix has been playing like shit. Jets versus Dolphins, that's a shitter bowl.
God, way to start a Monday off with a horrible game in the Jets versus
The
Dolphins.
Dolphins are favored, by the way.
Is Justin Fields playing this week, or is he still going to be on concussion protocol?
I'm not sure. I don't think they've made a decision on that yet. Thursday night football is the Seahawks at versus the Cardinals. When I wrote this, the Cardinals were favored, but it's now the Seahawks are favored by like 1, I believe. Cardinals lost James Conner for the season with his ankle. The Niners lost Bosa with an ACL. Trying to think of what other injuries there were. Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, other than like
Packers go to the Cowboys on Sunday.
Packers have a home game on Sunday?
No, they go to Dallas.
Yeah, so they have a home game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they own AT&T Stadium when they play the Cowboys.
Adam Schefter just released the Cardinals IR list for the game on Thursday. 4 linemen are questionable. Akeem Davis Gaither is questionable. Darren Hall is questionable. Will Johnson is doubtful with a groin. And wide receiver Zay Jones is out with a concussion.
Cool. Give me the Seahawks by 30. God damn.
I mean, because what? Steelers play the Vikings in Ireland.
Oh, it is an Ireland
international game. Yep, the Vikings actually will stay over there this week and next week because they play in Ireland and then they also play in London. So the Vikings will be over in Europe for 2 weeks. So honestly, if the Vikings win this week, I'm going to pick them to win next week because they'll already be over there and adjusted to the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still going to go Ron to beat Carson Wentz. Right. But that Minnesota defense is still a problem, apparently. So we'll see if it was just the Bengals.
Last time Rodgers went over and played in Europe was actually last year against the Vikings when he was on the Jets, and they got blown out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still up in the air about a lot of these. So you want to get into college picks for the week?
Yeah, we can do that. Let me get this up here. Go. All right, so let me zoom in on that one more time. Nope, too much. There we go. All right, so we've got Penn State versus Oregon, Georgia versus Bama, Ole Miss versus LSU, Texas A&M versus Auburn, Washington versus Ohio State, Illinois versus USC, Arkansas versus Notre Dame, Iowa versus Indy, Arizona State versus TCU, Mississippi State versus Tennessee, and Iowa State versus Arizona. Oh.
pick a reverse order? 'Cause,
Yeah, we'll do
unless you've decided.
We'll just make Oregon and Penn State be last since they're the college game day game.
I mean,
So,
biggest game of college football so far.
So we'll start with Georgia versus Alabama. And that's fine because I'm not fully set on my Penn State Oregon pick yet. I had wrote down Penn State, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
You said Georgia, Alabama, and it's at
Georgia.
Oh, but man, Alabama plays good when they go to Georgia.
Based off the
I'll let you
Tennessee
make this
game,
one first.
I'm riding with Georgia till the wheels fall off. I'm not fully set on what Alabama even is, to be honest. I mean, Ty Simpson's playing a lot better football right now, but
I mean, 862 yards and 9 touchdowns in 3 games. So they did lose to Florida State, but Florida State is legit. And Georgia did beat Tennessee in Tennessee, so it's gonna be a game. I mean, it's gonna be a good game. Man, my gut wants to say I go with Kirby Smart in Georgia, but Kalen DeBoer is 1-0 against Georgia after beating them last year.
Yeah, but they had an athletic quarterback.
They did have Jalen Moore last year. That is true, and it was Ryan Williams who basically decided that game. So, man, I'm gonna go with Georgia, but I'm putting Alabama on upset alert.
All right. So
I'm gonna go Georgia.
You're going Georgia. Fuck you, Bama.
Yeah, I think I'm going Georgia.
I don't think Georgia's getting talked about enough, to be honest. Their defense is pretty solid. I mean, Aguilar did pretty much what he wanted until it really mattered in the game, in the Tennessee game. I think they'll be able to get it done. Next is Ole Miss and LSU. LSU travels to Oxford.
I don't think it matters. Give me LSU. I think LSU is too solid on defense, and what's his name? Nussmeier is playing really good ball. Has a couple interceptions. He 6 touchdowns. He's almost thrown for 1,000 yards. I mean, LSU's shown that they can take control of the game and get it out of hand real quick. So
their defense is stacked. However, I think they lose the Florida game if not for Florida not having an offense. Because Florida's defense kept them in that game. Lagway having 5 picks did not help.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still riding the LSU train. I've rode all year, so I'm on the train. I'm not getting off.
Right now, Ole Miss is the favorite right now, which I don't think they should be. So I'm going to take Ole Miss in what technically should be an upset.
And I'm taking the under on the 55.5 points for the game.
Why? Just because Lane Kiffin tweeted take the over?
Not that. I just don't. You look at LSU when they played Clemson at the beginning of the year. They won the game. It was only 17-10. I don't think that they're gonna. If somebody puts up points, I think it's LSU. But I think that's going to be a defensive battle, and I think it's going to be who has that ball last that decides that game. But I think it's going to be LSU. You there?
I think we might agree on this one. Maybe the Texas A&M versus Auburn. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean,
at Texas A&M.
It's at Texas A&M. It's at College Station. I mean, honestly,
I'm not sure agree on this one. I'm on A&M.
I'm going A&M strictly off of the line from Auburn. It's just horrendous, and they had a hard time with Oklahoma's D line. And I will say that Texas A&M's D-line is just as good, if not better. So I think it's going to be a hard day for old Arnold at Auburn, especially going into A&M at it's not a night game, but it's in A&M nonetheless. So I think A&M takes that, and they're going to take it by a bigger margin than Oklahoma did.
Is that A&M's first home game?
Might be. I know they played Notre Dame on the road. No, they played the first two games at home versus UTSA and Utah State. So it's their first home game against like a legit
So it's their
team.
it's their homecoming game then.
Yeah. But you look at the scores, A&M 42 points, 44 points, 41 points in all of their games. You look at Auburn, and I just don't think Auburn can put up the points, let alone that offensive line keep the pocket clean for Arnold to even attempt it. So
next is
I think Washington versus Ohio State.
Oh, I mean, you can finish what you were going to say about the A&M and Auburn.
I think it's going to be a good day if you're a defensive lineman for Texas A&M. That's what I'm going to come down to. I don't think that Auburn keeps the pocket clean for Arnold, and I think Auburn gets ahead. And once they get ahead, there's going to be no looking back. Auburn's not going to be able to score to keep up with A&M.
That's valid. As long as the A&M quarterback can stay healthy, he took a shot against Notre Dame.
Even then, I mean, they're a running team. So, and defense, all you got to do is just get the ball, get a score lead, and just manage clock and let your defense keep Auburn off the field. So, you said next was Washington, Ohio State?
Yep, Washington versus Ohio State. Bad as I would take Washington, take Ohio State.
I'm gonna take Ohio State just for pick wise. I don't want to take a unranked underdog against the number one team in the nation. No matter how much me and you agree that I got 7.5 on ESPN, but regardless, I think they win it by that. But it's gonna have to be the same deep. Their defense for Ohio State's gonna have to show up because Washington can put up points. Yeah. What's his name? Desmond, the quarterback, short guy, 5'11". Man, that kid can sling the ball, and the running back, that number one, that dude's a monster, man. I honestly, if Ohio State's defense allows holes and they can't stop the run, which I'm sure they will, I'll tell you right now, I'm not. I told you at the beginning, I'll tell you again, I don't think Washington's the team that beats Ohio State.
If they do beat them, does Ohio State drop out of the top 10?
Yeah, 100%. Even though they're 3-0, Washington's 3-0, so technically it's undefeated versus undefeated. If Ohio State loses to Washington after barely beating a horrible Texas team, there's no reason they need to be in the top 10. I mean, I would put them behind whoever loses in the Oregon-Penn State game for sure.
Do you think 2 losses, if Ohio State has 2 losses this year, do you think they still get in?
So playoffs?
Yeah.
Man, that's hard. There's going to be some bangers of teams that have 2 losses this year.
I think there's a chance Indiana ends the year with 1 loss, whether it be Oregon or Penn State.
I think Indiana's a 2-loss team. Like I said, I got to see them against the top 4. I got to see them against the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Oregons, the Penn States. So when they go into Eugene next week, man, if they keep it close, okay, maybe Indiana's a threat. But
Mendoza is a dog.
But good luck playing Oregon at home because Oregon's also on one of those wild home streak wins. Um, so good luck
All I
playing in
gotta
Eugene
say
next
is
week
if
and getting that
Oregon
win.
wins against Penn State and Indiana takes care of business at Iowa, do we think that might be a college game day game?
It should be, and I haven't looked at that week. I'll look at it next week
Yep,
or
I haven't
after
either.
this week. I'm not going to look that far ahead, but I mean, I don't know who else plays that week. The odds that they do 2 Oregon games back to back, whether they're at Penn State and then at
Yeah,
Oregon, I don't see him
Slim.
doing back to back games. I see him traveling around, so I doubt it. It should be because if Indiana wins versus Iowa and Oregon beats Penn State, that should put Indiana in the top 5. Real question is if Alabama beats Georgia and Washington upsets Ohio State, who you put in higher ranked, Alabama or Ohio State or Ohio State? Yeah,
Probably Alabama.
yeah, because their only loss came to who is now a top 5 Florida State. So
Yeah, and Florida State's definitely better than Texas so far.
if Oregon beats Penn State at Penn State and beats Indiana next week, is anybody knocked and goes undefeated? Oregon finishes the year number 1.
Say that again.
I said if Oregon wins the next 2 weeks at Penn State and then home versus Indiana, and they don't lose any bullshit games later down the stretch, we see any other undefeated teams knocking them out of number 1.
Uh,
Because I'm sorry, whoever wins Penn State, Oregon this week should be the number 1 team in the country.
I'm not gonna lie. I can see college game day going to Miami versus Florida State next week.
Oh, that's exactly where they're going to be at.
Yeah, at
They're going to
Florida
be at
State,
Florida. Yeah,
and it's a night game.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's set in stone.
yeah,
We know that's probably
yeah,
happened.
yeah. Yeah, that I'm surprised they haven't already said that.
And I wouldn't be
Um,
surprised if the winner of that game bumps up to number 1.
I don't know if you put them number 1 because you've
If
had Penn
Miami
State.
wins, I definitely could see them going to number 1.
Maybe it would be a hard sell
I
because
mean, they got
Oregon would
more.
count.
They got better wins than Oregon. If Oregon knocks off Penn State and Indiana,
Are they better wins though? Because Florida's trash, Notre Dame's trash. The only
Florida's
team
got a
that
good
they
defense. Notre Dame just has the Notre Dame name, just like Ohio State and Texas. That's the only reason they're still ranked.
uh,
I
but what looks better on a resume? The win over Indiana, who just blew out another ranked team, um, and a win over Penn State, who's hasn't played anybody this year. I mean, but neither is Oregon. Or does a win over a 1-win Notre Dame team and a 1-win Florida team mean something?
I think based off how Notre Dame lost, I'd say the win over Notre Dame.
That'd be interesting. I
Depending,
don't know if
depending on
Miami
how
plays like they played versus Florida. If
depending
Miami
on how
plays like
Texas
they played
A&M
versus
turns
Florida,
out
they
in
don't
the
beat
next
Florida
2 weeks,
State.
because if Texas A&M gets up, they're already what in the top 10.
Yeah, they're like 9 or something like that.
Yeah, so if they
Yeah,
get up
they're
towards the
9.
top 5, then that Notre Dame loss looks a little better.
ESPN is still saying Oregon is number 6.
I don't know. It's
Kind of,
all AP's a fucking joke anyway.
yeah. No, I don't think Washington's the team that beats Ohio State. I'm going Ohio State. Got a little off track. I'm taking Ohio State.
And then next is Illinois versus USC. USC has to travel to Illinois.
I don't care if that game was played on the moon. Illinois is that injury bug has put Illinois in the ICU. USC wins that game, and they win that game probably by 3 scores at least.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got USC, no doubt.
Yeah. I mean,
Arkansas.
Six secondary people on the injury reserve list. There's no way Illinois stops US. But
Next is Arkansas and Notre Dame. Arkansas is the home team, I believe.
Man, I hate it so much.
Arkansas wins their last two
games
if they don't fumble the ball away, and we're potentially talking about them being a ranked team.
Yeah, but they did fumble the ball and they didn't. So
yeah,
I think it's Notre Dame, and I think it's by a lot.
Arkansas is the home team, and it's a 1:00 kickoff.
I don't care if Arkansas is the home team. I think it's just one of those games where the stars are going to align. Notre Dame's kind of in that point, and I think Marcus Freeman knows this. It's win or you don't play, or you just get a bowl game, not a playoff game. Now their chances of making the playoffs with 2 losses and not having a conference are very slim anyways. But Arkansas is a must win. Every game from here on out is a must win for Notre Dame. I don't think Arkansas is going to beat Notre Dame.
Arkansas's coach he's in the win now thing too.
Yeah, and I don't think that Arkansas is like the caliber of Texas A&M or Miami, the 2 teams that beat Notre Dame. So I think Notre Dame walks into Arkansas and they put a beating on Arkansas. I just think that they're going to run that ball down Arkansas's throat, and I don't think Arkansas is going to be able to stop it.
So you're on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I was originally on Notre Dame, but I think I'm going to flip.
I don't think so my thing is I don't think the 1-2 record against the 2-2 record does Notre Dame justice.
I just think Arkansas this week, I think that they will not fumble the game away.
I don't think it's going to matter if they don't fumble the ball or not. I think it's going to be so far apart, it's not even going to be a thing.
What's the spread on this game?
Spread is 4.5 for Notre Dame.
Oh.
64.5. From ESPN at least, it's 4.5 Notre Dame.
You know what? Fucking, I'm going Arkansas in the upset.
God damn. Well, hopefully when they lose this week, you stop taking them, or you're going to keep having bad records in these picks, bro.
Hey, our records been dead there the same, so I don't want to hear it. Next up after that is Iowa versus Indiana. I think.
I mean, is that
else? Give me Indiana. Fuck them kids.
I was about to say is.
I get it.
It is at Iowa, and Iowa is always a tough team to beat. Now, they're a tough team to beat, but they get beat. I don't think Iowa stops Indiana. I think this head coach for Indiana is going to come out all gas, no brakes every game until somebody makes them hit the brake. And I don't think Iowa is. Yeah, I don't think Iowa's the team that does it. Give me Indiana, just in hopes that Indiana wins. They get into the top 10, and then they have to go to Eugene, and Oregon gets that top 10 win against Indiana to put on the resume and beat the shit out of Indiana next week.
Did you see Kurt Signetti's halftime talk with the reporter?
I may have. I would have to have seen.
He's like, so what's your game plan here going into the second half? He's like, we got to score more points. As they're up like 35 going into halftime. We got to score more points, man. Got to score more points. And they did. That was the definition of belt to ass.
Yeah, they put belt to ass, and I think all college teams are just playing like that. Because, I mean, Dan Lanning said the same thing a couple of weeks ago against Oklahoma State. How much are you trying to win this game by? Well, we're going to score as many as we can.
Speaking of
And
scoring
I
as
think
many points as you can, next is Arizona State versus TCU at Arizona State.
give me TCU.
I was about to say TCU, I believe, is the favorite.
Arizona State is the favorite according to ESPN by 3.5 points.
Really?
Arizona State lost to Mississippi State at home, which is a bummer. That's why they're not ranked.
They lost at Mississippi State.
Yeah, I meant at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
My bad. Which is a bummer for them because that makes it to where they're not ranked. But they had a really good win against Baylor last week, and I still think Baylor is the. Huh?
I did not think that they were going to win that game.
I thought Baylor was going to come back, but Baylor just didn't do it this week like they did versus SMU. No, I think TCU puts it on them. TCU's been trying to make a statement this year. So, I mean, give me TCU. I'm gonna ride with the frogs.
I'm trying to find the goddamn spread for it. I can't find it. Oh, that's why it's on a Friday.
Yeah, ESPN has it 3.5.
Arizona State's favored by 3 on DraftKings. TCU's ranked 24 now. I'm with you on TCU. I think their offense their quarterback Hoover is pretty solid.
1,000 yards exactly, 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I mean, that.
You got that.
Granted, they did play UNC.
What his team is?
Which one? The TCU wide receiver?
Yeah, I can't think of what his damn name is now.
Hold on. I'll look.
He's number 1.
McAllister.
I knew it started with a. I thought it was like a McMillan, but it's McAllister.
They got McAllister and Dwyer, and they're both good. So.
Yeah. All right, we're both on TCU. Hopefully that prevails. Next is Mississippi State versus Tennessee. Both undefeated.
No, they're not. Tennessee is not undefeated.
No, sorry. Yes. Tennessee lost to Georgia. Yep, my fault. Mississippi State is undefeated. At Mississippi State, 4:15 kickoff.
Tennessee had a really good bounce back game against UAB that they needed. I don't know if Mississippi State is those guys, but Mississippi State is at home. And Tennessee is favored by 7.5 on ESPN. And I think I would have to agree that Tennessee is going to win. Their one loss is to Georgia, which is a fair loss. Yeah, when Kirby Smart went, I can out-coach this other guy, and did it in the second half.
I was on Tennessee to start, and I'm going to stick with him.
Yeah, I think I'm going Tennessee. Beat Mississippi State in Mississippi State, but that's another one. I'm going to put Mississippi State on upset alert. I think they beat them. They jump into the top 15 at 5-0. Because that's 2 ranked wins against Arizona State and Tennessee. So.
And then last, before the Penn State and Oregon game, is Iowa State versus Arizona.
I mean, oh, dude. Arizona is going to have to come out fast. Because if they cannot put points on the board and they keep this game close, Iowa State's going to win this game. Iowa State has not won.
It's a night game at Iowa State.
Iowa State has won basically a bunch of close games with one blowout, and that was South Dakota.
They're favored by 6.5.
I mean, I think Iowa State wins. Don't get me wrong. I'm going Iowa State, but Arizona's going to have to come out and be all gas, no break. I mean, they're going to have to try to. They need this game to be a shootout. If they can make Iowa State have to play a shootout, I don't think Iowa State has the offense to do a shootout.
Rocco Beck's a pretty solid quarterback.
He is, but I've also seen him struggle to throw that ball downfield. So Arizona will have to come out and make this game a shootout if they want to win it. If they're just going to try to do this slow and steady, they're not going to beat Iowa State that way. If this game is 17-14 or 17 points or less for both teams, Iowa State wins. If it's 20 plus, Arizona's going to win. But I'm going to go Iowa State because I like their defense. So.
All right, last one, Penn State.
We have an honorable mention before that I don't know why it isn't on there because I think it's going to be a very good game. And it's at 6 o'clock on Friday. Florida State at Virginia. Yeah. 3-0 for Florida State versus 3-1 Virginia. Virginia's one loss coming to NC State. They haven't played anybody, so don't know what Virginia is going to be like. But they are home. But man, it's only a 6.5 point favorite for Florida State. So I think, honestly, honorable mention. Just want to throw it out there because the records are pretty similar.
That's also a look ahead game for Florida State.
Yeah, we're gonna see what Florida State's made of. Yeah. I think Florida State's going to come out and send a message to Miami this week saying, you better be ready to put points on the board.
You know what? I wrote it down, Florida State versus Virginia. I'll take Florida State, but I wouldn't be surprised if Virginia keeps it close.
Virginia better be ready to put up some points then. I mean, their quarterback's thrown over 1,000 yards. Running back's pretty solid. He has 6 touchdowns this year. Wide receiver's pretty solid. I mean, I think it's close, but I'm going to go Florida State to go 4-0 and make Virginia 3.
I'm with you.
All right.
Syracuse is kind of a sleeper pick also, but we won't worry about that. Syracuse versus Duke at Syracuse on Saturday.
I think it's Duke. I think Syracuse losing their number one quarterback is going to be an issue for Syracuse. There's other games.
Duke
you got BYU. I'm going Duke. BYU, Colorado. Would probably be another good game. You got 3-0 BYU going into 2-2 Colorado. I'm not going to pick one for this game, just throwing it out there because I think it will be a good game. Yeah. And if I was going to pick, I'd pick BYU. But with that being said, I think
the last one here, and we'll knock out NFL and then our parlay and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Last one. Oregon Ducks at Penn State. College game day game. Whiteout game.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be wild environment. I already know who you're picking.
I'll let you make your argument first, and then I will your argument or pick, and then I'll tell you why Oregon's going to put it on Penn State.
I am between myself on this one. Penn State has a pretty good defense. Drew Aller hasn't been very good so far. Oregon has a really good offense. Not quite sure what they have defense.
Been solid so far.
Penn State has defensively, just because neither team's played a real offense. That being said, I'm not going to go against you twice. I think I'm going to go Oregon here.
Damn.
But I would not be
Damn,
surprised. I would not be surprised if Penn State wins it simply because it's a home whiteout, the whole ordeal. But
I think whiteout, it's going to be loud. It is going to be loud at Penn State. I think Dan Lanning knows that. And I think this week Oregon's probably, if I was a betting man, has probably been practicing being able to run their offense without the quarterback saying anything.
what year is your quarterback in?
Dante Moore is a transfer from UCLA. He is a sophomore, and he has 962 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Give me Penn State.
All right. I'm going Oregon.
I'm taking Penn State.
I'm taking Oregon on the road because I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game, but you look at Penn State versus Oregon last year, when I will say the offense was better for Penn State, and I might even say the defense was better for Penn State. And Oregon came in there and put belt to ass in the Big Ten championship. I think Oregon, Dante Moore is going to be too much for Penn State's defense. I think Dante Moore outplays Aller, whatever his name is, Drew Aller. Yeah.
Was Dante Moore backup last year for UCLA?
I think so, because he would have been a freshman last year. So, yeah, I think he was a backup.
Yeah, because their quarterback for them last year was Jay Martin, and he went 22 for 30 with 167 yards and a TD, and they lost 27-11.
I think Dante Moore is the better quarterback. He's been playing really good. Defense for Oregon has been playing insane. Not to take anything away from Penn State, I think they're a good team. I just don't think they are good enough for this game. I'm riding with my Ducks.
I figured.
And I will take that L if it comes, but I don't think it does.
All right.
Penn State's going to have to put up points. Penn State's going to have to be ready for a shootout. And I don't know if Penn State's built that way. So
I think Penn State's, I don't know how you word it, but having a bunch of veterans on the team, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I think you can lead them into there and have a chance. And I guess we'll see.
I mean, being at home at night is a hell of a thing to have for you.
That's definitely going to be the one game I'm watching, along with Indiana and Iowa and Georgia and Bama. That would be my quad box.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be watching Oregon, Penn State. Might be some cussing. Who knows? Hopefully a lot more cheering than pissed off. So. I think we're time for the NFL.
Yep, now we're transitioning into the NFL. Thursday night football. Seahawks versus the Cardinals.
Well, seeing as 35% of the starters for Arizona is going to be out on both sides of the ball. Give me Sam Darnold.
Seahawks are favored by 1.5 at the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that they're favored going into Arizona only by 1.5.
I was originally I don't. Jake Clark got hurt.
Yeah, I'm not on the Cardinals. Not a fan.
Yeah,
of the Cardinals. I don't believe in them. I'm taking the Seahawks. Seahawks have been playing stellar this year. Who's their loss to? Their loss was to the 49ers, and it was close. So yeah, I mean, give me the Seahawks.
Next
And
up
I
is
don't
the
think that
Steelers
Arizona
versus.
covers the spread. Anyways,
Yeah,
no.
I'll never understand the 1.5 point spreads, to be honest.
Nah, me either.
But Steelers versus the Vikings in Ireland. Vikings are favored by 2.5. I'm going to take the Steelers. I'm on the Steelers.
Yeah,
They
I'm
forced some
going
turnovers against
Steelers.
the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson. I think they're kind of the equivalent to the Vikings right now offensively, other than
Yeah,
the
Jetta.
defense. Yeah, and Jetta. But I think the Steelers get it done, and they might have an interception or two on Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Steelers. I'm not a fan of Carson Wentz. I think that
I would not be shocked if they said though, and I would not be shocked if this game becomes a Chris Boswell having 12 field goals and winning the game.
I mean, yeah, that's always a possibility. But I'm going with the good veteran quarterback and Aaron Rodgers over the backup veteran and Carson. So
And that place is going to be rocking with Steelers fans because for some reason everybody in Ireland is fans with the Steelers because the owner of the Steelers is an ambassador for Ireland. So
yeah, I mean, I think the
next,
Steelers win it.
I hope so. Mostly because I had Steelers winning the North. Saints versus Bills in Buffalo.
I think a
Bills are
15 and a
favored by
half
15
point.
and a half.
I think a 15 and a half point spread for the Bills is disrespectful against the Saints.
Yeah. I mean, this ain't even a question. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Bills all day.
Next up, we got Eagles versus the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. No Mike Evans, possibly no Chris Godwin. We have no idea what it.
Most likely, and I'm gonna have to go wash my mouth with mouthwash after this, just because of the injury to Mike Evans and the uncertainty of Godwin playing. I think they take it. I hate
Eagles are
that.
now favored. They were favored by 2.5. That was originally on the box. Chris Godwin, or not Chris Godwin, the Mike Evans news. I'm going to flip to the Eagles, and I'm going to join you on that one. The Buccaneers are going to probably stop the tush push. They're the only team that has. They got Vita Vea, and they just signed pretty much Vita Vea's son and Desmond Watson, the big 500-pounder from Florida, who was originally on their practice squad or on their free. He was a free agent for them, and during the preseason he couldn't make weight, so they cut him, and then they just signed him back this week. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1.
I will say the Eagles better not make it a less than one score game and get Baker that
Nope,
ball
and they
again.
better hope Baker doesn't get the fucking ball to end that motherfucker.
Yep, because if so, the Eagles are going to be 3-1. But we talked about it. If it's Justin Buka out there with Otten and Irving for Baker, it's going to be a rough day for Baker.
Yeah. Next up, Titans at the Texans. Texans are, for some reason, favored by 6.5.
I think that's because Cam Ward might not play.
Who is their backup? Because it's not what's his face, Will Levis, because he's out for the season. Because he had to have shoulder surgery. Brandon Allen.
Oh God, give me the Texans. I hate that because if Cam Ward plays, I think Cam Ward beats the Texans. But with Cam Ward being questionable with an ankle injury, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Texans, even though they're probably lose.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Titans. I just think their defense is better. I think their defense might give them a chance if Calvin Ridley just catches one ball. One ball.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
One
Calvin
ball.
Ridley's also going to have a top 5 corner and Derek Stingley on him. So
He's just
good
got to
luck.
catch one ball. I'm on the Titans. You're on the Texans. Shouldn't even have to pick that game. But next up is the Chargers at the Giants. Cam Scatterboo gets to start. Jackson Dart gets to start. I don't think
And
it's
they're
enough.
both going to be 0-1 in their first start.
Yep, I don't think it's enough. Yeah. Or, they don't have any tape on Jackson Dart, really. He could come out there and just absolutely spin the damn thing. And Malik Neighbors might have 300 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, okay. And then you'll look outside and see a pig flying. I think the Chargers win it. They're playing so good this year already.
They're going to start out 4-0.
Yeah.
Next up, Browns at the Lions. Lions are favored by 8.5.
I have 9.5 on ESPN.
Okay.
Yeah, I take the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions too, and I don't even think it's going to be close.
I don't either. I think that it was just a defensive battle against the Packers.
And the Packers don't even have any wide receivers right now.
Well, yeah, because they don't use Golden, but they drafted him in the first round to use him. So
you don't use him. Jaden Reed's out. Watson's still out.
Watson's always out.
And he's still going to be out for a few more weeks, I believe.
Even if he's healthy, he's still on the injury report because, god damn, that dude sneezes and he's out for 4 games. So I think it's the Lions. I think that the Lions' offense is too well-rounded for the Browns.
I hope so, because I have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. I'm going Lions.
Next up is your Carolina Panthers at the New England Patriots. Patriots are favored
30-0. 30-0.
This is the one where I'm going against you, Vic.
Of course you are.
I picked one.
I don't know how many times you got.
One, and they beat the Falcons 30-0, but I got to see it for more than 1 week.
Bryce Young is playing killers since halftime of the Arizona Cardinals game. If defense played insane.
It's on the road. Carolina's a real good team at home, but I don't know. I'm going to take the Patriots in this one. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll tell you that.
Going against my Ducks and my Panthers. That's crazy.
I did flip on your Ducks.
Give me the Panthers. I don't even know why that's a question. Panthers.
Next, the Washington Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons. I already know whether Jaden Daniels plays or not.
I mean, do you blame me after last week?
Nope.
I'm taking the Commanders.
I'm on the Falcons again. I don't think
you can be on the 1-3 Falcons after this week.
if Marcus Mariota starts and he can keep it up for back-to-back weeks, so be it. I don't got faith in it. I think Penix bounces back. And if he struggles going into halftime, I wouldn't be surprised if they put Kirko in.
They did versus the Panthers. They benched Penix in the fourth.
Well, I mean, the game is already out of hand, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it was already like 27-0. So Penix just didn't look good, man. He didn't look good from the beginning. He was throwing the ball, skipping it off of the ground, couldn't hit wide open receivers. I mean, hell, their kicker couldn't hit a field goal.
Their kicker went 0 for 2 after kicking in the middle of the Panthers cheerleaders.
It was hilarious because he kicked those 2 field goals and then never stepped on the field again. The rest of the game. If he did step on the field, it was to maybe kick the ball off at halftime. I don't know who started with the ball in the second half. I can't remember. But if he's their place kicker for that, he stepped on the field then. Other than that, after he missed those 2 field goals, he never kicked again in that game. They went for it on 4th down every time. They either went for it or they punted it. It was no field goal kick even attempted. So, I mean, the Commanders, yeah, they got Mariota at quarterback, but man, they got some dogs at running back. And I don't think
hasn't done shit for me in fantasy.
I think it's going to be a shit show of a game. I'll be surprised if either team scores over 20 points. But I'm going to go with the Commanders after what I've seen from the Falcons last week. Actually, out of what I've seen from the Falcons the whole season, that offense, they played.
I wouldn't say the whole season.
They lost week 1 to Bucks, right?
Yep, the game went drive by Baker, but Penix played.
They've scored one touchdown in the last 2 weeks.
That's okay. No bounce back. I got faith in Penix.
It won't be. Yeah, you can keep having faith in him, but when I was texting you saying his name, I wasn't misspelling it. I was spelling it that way on purpose, and I'm not gonna say it on the podcast, but I mean it. That's his last name because I'm not a believer. I think they lose this week. Kirko Chains is going to be a starting quarterback going into week 5. No, give me a Commanders.
All right. Next, we got the Colts at the Rams. Colts have the MVP, future MVP, and Daniel Jones at quarterback.
Yeah, if Josh Allen gets hurt.
No. Even if Josh Allen gets in,
I guarantee you,
if he keeps playing like this, damn it, Danny Dimes will be the MVP.
No, he won't, because he won't outduel fucking Josh Allen at any point in time.
He's already.
We're gonna see what he's made of going against a legit team. Because we thought the Broncos was it, but that offense for the Broncos is trash, which makes the defense look like trash because defense is on the field the whole game.
I'm still taking the Colts against the Rams.
Rams shit the bed, but the Rams were beating the Eagles for 2.5 quarters of that game.
Even if they don't win, I think they still cover 3.5 points.
I think it's literally a field goal game. But I'm going Rams, man. Rams at home against the Colts. They're pissed off about this last week. I'm taking Matt Stafford over Danny Dimes.
That's all right. Keep sleeping on Danny Dimes. Keep sleeping on him.
I picked him last week.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just not going to go with Danny Dimes. If he can beat the Rams and put up like the same stats he's been putting up and not shit the bed against the Rams, you'll have a believer in me for Danny Dimes, not for MVP. You can kiss my ass with the MVP.
He's got the same stats as Josh Allen, okay?
Nah, Josh Allen is that guy. No, you give me the Rams this week, and let's see if Danny Dimes can make me a believer.
All right. Next up, Jags at the 49ers. And I do not know who is starting for the Niners, whether it be Brock Purdy or Mac Jones.
Doesn't matter. Losing Nick Bosa, it's just the injuries are just beating the shit out of the Niners, and the Jags keep coming away with these close wins against shit teams.
It's looking like Brock Purdy is expected to return against the Jaguars because Mac Jones re-aggravated a knee injury.
I'm going 49ers at home.
What time is this
It
game?
wouldn't be.
Oh,
It's a
after the
3:05. Yeah, it's a second set of games. Give me the 49ers. 49ers are still 3-0, regardless of all the injuries. Ricky Parcells said, Pearsall said,
Pearsall, yeah,
this
he's
knee,
a fucking dog.
yeah, and he's not gonna let his sore knee stop him from playing. Eventually, one of these games, CMC is gonna bust off some runs. So I think it might be versus the Jags. So
I'm with you on the Niners all day long.
yeah,
Brock Purdy or Mac Jones, don't matter.
Yeah.
Although I did pick the Cardinals to win last week, and they were damn near close. And then James Conner. Poor James Conner. Next up, Bears at the Raiders. Bears are favored by 1.5.
I should have bought a big bottle of mouthwash for today. Give me the Bears.
I did pick the Bears in, yeah.
Give me the Bears.
I'm with you. I want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I feel like I have to. About as bad as picking the Eagles. Next up,
I'm not a fan of some of these games this week.
Ravens at the Chiefs. Ravens are favored by 2.5. Will Xavier Worthy play? Don't know. Odds are probably yes.
Will it matter if he plays?
Depends on if they use him or not.
Oh, give me the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, if the Chiefs were healthy, I'd be a little bit more lenient towards the Chiefs, but man, they can't put up points offensively. They can kick field goals all day, but they cannot put up points scoring touchdowns.
But they can keep it close with their defense.
Are they going to be able to go on against the Ravens?
They did against the Eagles.
They did. Damn. Can I call tie? Game ends in a tie.
Drop a nuke.
Yeah. Meteor hits the stadium. Give me the Ravens. I'm going to go on the Ravens.
I'm going with the Chiefs because Lamar Jackson was getting awfully pissed off at his team against the Lions, and it's a short week.
Yeah, well, the last time they came off of a bad loss like that after week 1, the Ravens came out and
beat the Browns out.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of the Browns. So
yep, give me the Ravens.
I'm going bounce back week for the Ravens. I think it's
give me the Ravens.
Yeah.
Good call. Good thing you brought that up. Next up, Packers at the Cowgirls.
Like I said, home game for the Packers. Give me the Packers. I don't take that loss against a very good Cleveland defense. It was a close game. I think the Packers, especially with the Cowboys not having CeeDee Lamb, don't know if Darren Bland's going to play or not.
I believe he is playing.
But even
Mike
if he
Parsons
does,
might have
doesn't
50
matter.
sacks this game.
Yeah, I think Micah Parsons comes back to Dallas and shows Dallas why trading him was a fucking mistake. I'm going Packers to win at home in Dallas against Dallas.
Next up is the Jets at the Dolphins.
God.
I'll
Fuck,
take,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
taking, I'm taking the Jets just because of their defense.
I think this is a must-win game
For
for
either
Mike
one.
McDaniels. But who is the quarterback for the Jets with
If it's not
Justin
Justin
Fields
Fields,
out?
it's Tyrod Taylor, and he looks real good against the Buccaneers.
Give me Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields with the Jets. I
think the
don't.
defense keeps him in it. I think Tua turned the ball over.
I think we have the Saints play the Dolphins, and
Whoever loses
loser has to play
relegated to the
UCLA.
USFL.
Yeah, loser swaps with the winner of the UFL or the XFL, whatever they call it now.
Next up, Bengals versus the Broncos, and it's the last one.
Jesus Christ, 2 shit show games for Monday. Oh
Yeah, give me the Broncos.
God, dude, the Broncos don't have an offense, but man, they got a
Bengals don't
defense.
have one either.
And Jamar Chase is not going to be a factor in the game. Because
I mean, what are the
they
odds
sent a
that
fucking
fucking Jake Browning comes out here and spins it for 400 yards and 5 TDs to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? Not very fucking high after I watched that fucking Vikings game.
Yeah, I mean that Vikings game was rough, man.
And we
I
lost
think I'm
to
gonna
him with
go.
Joe Burrow last year. Granted, our defense is a lot better this year.
Yeah, well, like I said, you got Jake Browning at quarterback, and Jamar Chase is not gonna be a factor with Surtain on him like white on rice.
It was last year with Joe Burrow. Actually, no,
Yeah,
that's a
I
lie.
mean,
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. T. Higgins took over.
yeah, T. Higgins took over, but when Surtain was on Jamar last year, he didn't get shit.
That's fine by me. That's why we paid 2 wide receiver ones.
Yeah, because you guys actually have 2 wide receiver ones.
Like the Eagles. They barely have a
Yeah.
wide receiver.
Refer back to episode 1 of the podcast if you would like to see my argument on that.
I assume you're on the Broncos with me.
I don't want to be. I want to go Jake Browning has a bounce back game in his second week, and I just
You and
don't
me
have
both, but
faith.
I'm living in reality right now, brother.
Yeah, well, I'm living in reality saying I have about as much faith in the Bengals offense as I do the fucking Broncos offense. So I guess I'll go defense and take the Broncos.
I
Such
hope
a
we're
shit
both
game. 2
astronomically
shit
fucking
Monday
wrong.
night games.
I hope we're both
2.
astronomically wrong.
I bet you do.
I do.
I
I do.
bet you're just
Every time my
astronomically
fucking
wrong about all your
Bengals
picks this
fucking win,
week.
guess what fucking happens?
Hey, I hope you're astronomically wrong about all of your picks this week. Picking
All right, go
against both
fuck
of my
yourself.
teams.
Because if I'm wrong on a few of these, guess what? That means you're wrong too, buddy.
I'll take it if the Panthers and the Ducks win. No,
right.
this is a shit. The Bills to cover the spread against the Saints. the Bills to win by more than 16 against the Saints. That's
I'm
going to
not
be my
picking.
parlay pick.
Even if you say that for your fucking bet, I'm not picking it.
Oh
I'm
my
not.
god, dude. That
I'm
game's
not.
going to be fucking 45 to fucking 6.
I don't give a fuck. I learned my lesson.
Call me crazy.
You are.
My pick is the Panthers to cover the 5.5 point spread against the Patriots.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Second here. Motherfucker. I don't want to do that. I want to transfer.
Panthers to cover the spread against the.
Just an FYI review from last week again. Our parlay got shit on because of the Bills not covering. So never picking them to do that again. Add some money in this.
And if they win by 16 points, I want an apology for not taking. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
That's fine. Still not picking them to ever cover again.
Whatever. Against the Aints in Orchard Park. God.
Oh, and we get a 20% profit boost.
Panthers to cover the 5.5 point spread. Because the Panthers are going to win the game. So that's
let me see. Panthers plus 5.5. Oh, what do I want to pick? Mine was going to be a college pick. I was going to pick USC money line.
That's fair. Honestly, what's the spread?
What the spread is, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Spread on ESPN is 6.5. USC minus 6.5 for you. I think USC wins that game by at least 3.
Or I pick Indiana money line.
Versus Iowa?
Yeah, they're like minus 2 something.
I mean, you could do the 7.5 spread for Indiana. Because I think they put up a fuck ton of points again this week.
Where the fuck?
I need you to figure out your life, dog.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find the fucking Illinois USC. What the fuck? Where is it? Great, now I can't find it. ACC. Wait, no, Big Ten. I'm retarded. USC doesn't even play this week. That's not till next week.
USC 100% plays this week.
No, they don't. I just went on the Big Ten tab.
Dog, they 100% play Illinois this week.
They do. Why the fuck isn't it on?
I'm literally looking at ESPN for Saturday.
Well, I'm on DraftKings. I can't fucking find it. I even clicked on the college football and the Big Ten fucking spread. I'm just gonna look up USC.
Technical difficulties, aka Dayton's retarded.
They just don't have the game spread on here for Illinois and USC.
Yeah, because it's going to be a blowout. That's why.
Why don't they have it on DraftKings? Is it because I'm in Illinois?
Oh, are you in Illinois?
I can't bet on Illinois in Illinois, can I?
No, you cannot.
Motherfuck.
Stupid. I forgot you were in Illinois right now. Me
That's
too.
Fine. What'd you say the spread was for USC Illinois?
6.5.
What's the money line? What's the odds on that one?
They don't have it on ESPN right now. And I won't be able to look at it on DraftKings either because I'm in Illinois.
Okay, well, so you got Panthers plus 5.5.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take USC money line, and I will just put it in tomorrow when I'm not in Illinois.
Okay. I have one I think we'll both agree on. Texas A&M to win by more than 6.5 against Auburn.
I don't know if I agree. What was the Oklahoma Auburn score?
Close. It was like 17-15. Georgia, Alabama to go over 52.5 points.
Vanderbilt minus 22.5 versus Utah State.
I mean, I'd take that.
At home?
Yeah, I'd take that. Utah State dog shit. So Utah State has lost by in their one game versus Texas A&M, they lost by 22 points. And so that's the only team they've actually played that's worth a fuck. Was A&M, they lost by 22 points. So the spread is being based off of that most likely. I don't know. No, that one's going to be iffy, but I could see it hitting. Vandy's been winning pretty heavily versus some shit teams lately, so. Yeah, I mean, Vandy's won by more than 22 points in every game. So, I mean, I'll take it if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, we'll do Panthers plus 5.5, USC money line, Vandy to win by 22.5. Should we do 4 again?
No, I think we should stick with 3. 4's bad luck. We lost on it. We won on a 3.
That's fair. That's fair. Ooh, App State plus 16.5 to Boise.
Dude, right.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not touching that game at the 10-foot pole.
If it was Cruz's mom, I would.
Not on the podcast. I'm not saying nothing. She's a lovely lady.
All right. I got those bets wrote down.
Right.
Let's just do a fun one here. For Thursday night football. We can either do 33% profit boost for Thursday night football or bet Thursday night football same game parlay, get a NFL Sunday ghost leg parlay token, or I just thought I saw a touchdown one, but we'll just do 33% same game parlay for the Falcons, the Seahawks and Cardinals game. Who we think wins that game? Seahawks?
Oh, yeah, hands down.
All right, so we'll go Seahawks money line. TD scorers.
Walker.
I believe Charbonnet might be questionable.
Yeah, so Walker.
Do we think Trey McBride gets in there?
No.
I
think he's going to be too covered.
Sam Darnold touchdown.
Not a running touchdown. Absolutely not.
Passing yards. Sam Darnold over 230 plus. Kyler Murray 220 plus. Kyler Murray's average is 180. Sam Darnold's average is 221.
Sam Darnold only threw 218 against New Orleans.
Hold on a second. Oh, what? I can't do. Never mind. I was going to do a rushing plus receiving yards for Kenneth Walker, but it doesn't have the option. It's only Trey Benson, and it's 90 plus. He's not getting.
Absolutely not.
Passing TDs. Do we think Sam Darnold throws 2+ TDs or 1+ TD?
1+. I think he'll throw 1 TD at least. Especially if Will Johnson isn't going to play. I mean, Bryce Young threw 3 on him, and 300 yards, and they had Will Johnson on the field. So I think Sam Darnold throws one, but I think the Seahawks are a running team. But with Smith and Cup, I think there's a possibility he throws at least one touchdown. So I
So
think one touchdown would
do we
be.
think Kenneth Walker gets 60-plus rushing yards?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
70-plus?
No, I wouldn't go that high.
All right, so we got a 4-leg, 33%. What do we want to put on here? $5 gets 34.
I'm okay with that.
$10 gets 69. We'll do 5 and have a total of 15.
Yeah.
And then
We're doing 10 on our actual one. So
I'll put in that other parlay tomorrow. For Panthers plus 5.5, USC money line, and Vandy plus 22.5.
Yep. I think that's a solid.
All right. Well, hopefully the live stream went well on YouTube tonight for the first time.
Yeah, hopefully. 2-hour podcast. Sounds that's a pretty solid time.
No, that ain't too bad at all. My girlfriend Emmy was in there chatting all the whole time. She said, "Ride a cowboy, save a Packer."
Oh my god.
Boy, I packed her. Pause.
Hold on now.
Wipe it. All right. Yep. We'll go ahead and get out of here.
When my Panthers and Ducks win this week, I want some fucking respect put on their name.
If the Panthers can do it on the road, you'll get some respect.
Especially because the Panthers play the Dolphins next week. And if you don't put some respect on the Panthers, we're going to have a problem.
Do they play the Dolphins at home?
I don't get it. Doesn't fucking matter where they play the Dolphins.
I mean, maybe if they lose to the Patriots on the road, I mean.
I'll look right now. Where are they at?
I think they play in Miami. If it's in Carolina, give me the Panthers all day long.
Huh? I'm done. All right, man. Well, no, we're at home versus the Dolphins. So.
Oh, yeah, give me the Dolphins. I'm kidding. Give me the Panthers at home.
All right, dog.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. We'll be back next Wednesday, hopefully around 6:30 again. Eastern time, that is. We're both in Central time now. Yeah. Good college slate. Decent NFL slate. Bengals suck ass.
Good job.
Still dog shit. Jalen Hurts is dog shit. Daniel Jones MVP. All right, guys. That's all I got.
Jesus. I ain't even going to comment on it.
Everybody have a good night.
Good night, everyone.